Hello and welcome. My name is Dion Shand, and this is the next video in the Estill Voice Quality series. Today I'm going to be talking about twang, or twanging, as to how Estill teach their pedagogue or their method of teaching voice. So Estill describes two types of twanging, which is oral twang and nasal twang, and actually you're kind of when you're twanging, you're kind of using half and half, depending on what you're doing. So nasal twang obviously goes through the nose. It's a lot of it is sounding through the nose, so you really get that nasal sound going on like this. So you already got this sound going on here, and obviously the oral twanging is set up in the voice box via the AES, which is the Ari Epiglottic Spinster. Oh, I can never pronounce that word. But yeah, so one is kind of, when it says nasalized, you hear it through the nose a lot, and when it is oral, it's here in the voice box, but lower down in the voice box. But actually they work in combination with each other, especially if you're trying to do a belt. You kind of work the nasal and the oral twanging together to give you a brighter sound and to improve your intonation, and it helping with kind of hitting on those pitches as well. So Estill kind of splits twanging into two: oral twang and nasal twang. There's ways that you can set that up. For the purposes of this video, I'm just going to give you some familiar sounds that you can use to kind of begin to feel what twanging feels like or sounds like. So the easiest one you could go with is cackling. Do you hear that? So there is a bit of a distortion here in the voice box where the AES has kind of gone backwards. It's kind of flipped backwards and kind of created a different space in the voice box. And you can also hear the nasal sound. You can also hear the nasal on top of that. A couple of other things that you want to think about when twanging or using your twang in a belt is how much effort level that you're using, how much breath, how much air you're using. You don't want to be using too much air when you're twanging, because you're just gonna, it's very uncomfortable, it hurts, and it's not a pleasant feeling at all. But you also want to be thinking about your breath, how much breath you're using. You want to be thinking about how much effort level you're using and kind of balancing that out with what you're doing. Another sound which I haven't given you is the NG sound, which is sing, sing. So that really closes off the pharyngeal port at the back. So basically your tongue sits high at the back of your mouth, and your velum comes down, and the tongue and the soft palate meet, and you're getting a lot of the sound coming forward through your nose. Yeah, on sing. Okay, so yeah, that is twanging according to the Estill method of teaching voice. You go to two, they separate into two: oral and nasal. And a good way of setting that up is by cackling. Okay, so I hope that has given you a bit of an idea of twanging. Before I go, let me just give you a little example I'm trying to think of something. Let's do it on an E. So if I go E, so I won't add any, I'll just say E basically. So E, E. I'm not going to add some twanging on top of that E. So go E, A, E, A, 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 E. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea. If I switch it off, it would be E, E, no twang. All right, so that is twanging, Estill method of teaching. Of course, if you want to know how to apply twanging to your actual singing, then feel free to book in some lessons. I'm taking lessons right now, so if you want to, you can hop over to my website and book in some lessons. You can also book in a vocal clarity call if you're saying, I'm not ready for the lessons yet, but I really want to talk about what's going on with my voice, or I want some direction, or you might just want some mentoring. Then you can book in a vocal clarity call as well, and all those links are going to be available down below in the comments box. So yeah, thank you for listening. I hope that I explained that clearly. I've left some stuff out, but I've hoped I've explained that clearly. All right, so thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button if you want lots more of worship leader vocal tips. All right, take care and God bless.